Hey, folks, just a friendly reminder that all shows on the Madness Comic Network are produced by their individual hosts and in no way reflect the opinions of the network as a whole.
Who am I, you ask? I was created in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by the waste of a dying world. I was bestowed with an insurmountable task: bring peace after decades of death, persecution, and chaos. I am a grandchild of war, destined to help two camps which hate has fueled for far too long. Surprisingly, I am not alone. Have an odd bunch to make the road a little more bearable. Come with me, to bring hope where there was despair, respect where there was resentment, creativity where there was destruction. I am Pinocchio, and this is my story.
Guess who's back? Yo, what up? What is happening, my friends out there? YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, land. In the social media mess that we call the internet. Welcome to another episode of FreeWheeling Friday, wherein we pretty much just, talk about stuff that happened through the week, what's up over the weekend, stuff coming up over the weekend, etc. One of the things coming up this weekend, it's going to be a mutual announcement, so I'm going to bring my guest out as we talk about this. Mr. Daniel Rosales from Rosales Comics, who does the Super Sunday wrap-up on YouTube, is now going to also be doing it on the Madness Comic Network. What's up, Daniel? Welcome to the show. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
What's up, Pops? Good to be here.
Doing, my friend?
It's good. I got all the equipment and everything, but if I don't turn it on, you won't hear me.
It really doesn't work if you don't turn it on. I have that issue too. It's like sometimes the computer will restart on its own, channel changes on its own. Things around here. Crom lives here. Okay, this is where he was born, and he is an internet troll, and he messes with all my electronics all the time. I blame it on Crom. Okay. But his favorite thing is turn the computer off, because then when it comes back on, I never realize the mic isn't on. Everything else on the computer works, but the mic ain't on. And it's facing away from me, so I don't see the little red light on the back side of it that would tell me it's off, but it's on the wrong side of the mic. So how am I supposed to know?
Yeah, I have the same sort of issue going on. I downloaded one of these. What do they call? What do the kids call them these days? An app, if you will.
Application.
And
yes.
At some point here and there, it will just disconnect my microphone from everything else except it, and then I have to figure out what to do to get it going.
Yes.
And it usually happens right in the morning on Sunday.
I've done a couple of CromCon spots using the Sunday. They used to do it all. I mean, in Phoenix on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they always had the monster trucks or something going on somewhere.
Oh yeah,
in the valley, and the commercial would always be Sunday. You know, and
be there.
Yeah, good stuff. I've even used it for like launch parties or countdowns and stuff on the network, you know. But I want everybody to understand, this isn't a new show, okay? These guys have been doing this show for a long time. I kind of tripped over you guys by, I think I met 76,
mm-hmm.
One of the people in your crew, and she's done a few shows on the network as well. And that's how I tripped on you guys' show on Sunday mornings. And your show is like, this is the kind of shows that we want, that are entertaining. Okay. They're not just out there looking for somebody to argue with about something. And it seems like a lot of shows are kind of designed to do that. I mean, they got the clickbait title, and they're like, come out and argue with me, and I'm gonna, and it's like,
yeah. There's a ton of videos out already about how bad Borderlands is, and it's just released today. It started off with a 0 Rotten Tomatoes score, and now I think it's up to 3. And I think what's really interesting is that they got a 0, and that was from 10 reviews. So 10 people scored it 0, which I find it interesting.
Yeah, because come on, at least one of them 10 people is going to think it had a little bit of merit.
Yeah.
I mean, either this movie is really, really horrible, which I haven't seen it. I don't go to movies anymore. Yeah.
Well, you get these these situations where somebody older than us has decided to identify with the kids and make a movie based off of the games, and everybody else decides that they're going, hey, what's going on, Geekmen? Geekmen, Masters of the Thunder Nerds. They were on earlier talking about a couple of movies, and that last proof.
Same reason I asked them to come in. Actually, Roland introduced me to them from Silverline, and he's like, these guys got a couple of good shows, and they do. And it's like, look, there's 2 things that I do out here that make me ecstatic. One of them is when I can say a friend of mine's campaign funded. Okay, somebody's comic campaign, somebody's Kickstarter or whatever, funded. When I can go out here and type big old capital funded over their campaign link, that makes me happy.
Yeah.
When I bring a new show to the network, when somebody says, hell yeah, Pop, I want to bring my show to your network, I get ecstatic. I get that same feeling. Dustin and Zombie and Derry, they just came in a little over like a month ago, and their stuff, I love their show. And I've been watching yours for a while, and we've already talked about this before. So it wasn't like we didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
but nobody else knows.
No, and I didn't want to say anything until I was sure that
Yeah.
we were going to be able to work something out. And but we love having you on when you're on, Pops, and we love your comments when you join the comment section. Sunday's a real good interactive.
Mm-hmm.
We play games. We include the viewers as well. We do one called it's usually it's called the lightning round, but sometimes we call it Florida Man, and everybody scores a
Michael
point
liked
if they
that.
get it right. So
Michael liked that,
yeah,
Uh,
and we guess to see if or not me because I put it together, but they have to guess whether or not the headline is an actual headline or if it's if it's from a real Florida Man headline or if it's not. Sometimes
right.
it's a headline from some other part of the country, or
We have to bring Mike Barron out when you do that section once. 'Cause he wrote Florida Man.
did he now?
He wrote, there is a Florida Man comic.
The Florida Man Games goes on. I think it was just about a month or so ago. So they have that as well.
Yeah, Mike Barron, the same guy that wrote Punisher, Nexus, all that. Dude, he's great, and he's friend of the network's. His show is on Wednesday nights on the network. So I'd love to have him come out on your shows one morning when you're doing that.
Oh yeah,
that'd be great to have him saying what or trying to decide if that's an actual Florida Man or because he grabs those ideas and incorporates them into his comic. It's hilarious. Gary Zuba. Gary Zuba is the name of the Florida Man in Mike's book.
It's just it's great fun, and we talk about what's going on in movie theaters. We talk about what's going on television. If there's a program that people are interested in. We sometimes talk about my comics. I try to work in the promo time there as well.
Almost there, damn it. I was just about to drop your link in the chat and say, and he also does comics, and he beat me to it, dang it. But here is the link to rosalescomics.com.
There we go. You go to rosalescomics.com. Right now we're focusing on New Stunning Adventures, which is going to introduce a superhero universe, if you will, for Rosales Comics. And we've got 3 issues coming out bi-monthly so that, you can get to meet close to 18 different characters. So that's what we're doing right now. We just wrapped up doing revamping Dynamo, the first comic book for that character, Dynamo, who is one of the Thunder Agents back in the day. We like to take these classic comic books that are in the public domain and upscale them, clean them up, and make them look as best as we possibly can, and then put them back out there. And we do that for free. So you can read Dynamo for free. You can read The Avenger for free. But the other comic books, you kind of got to pay for those.
Right. Actually, I have this thing about using public domain characters to help introduce a new character.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like you got a little bit of history off this public domain guy that you can kind of bounce your new character off as you build his story, right? We're trying to work one of those right now with the character that we came up with that was just goofy, and it was like, okay, this is too goofy. We're going to have to pair it with something that already exists, that already has a baseline, and then we'll like play them off each other and maybe build this guy, right? I just come up with ideas. I don't ever get to implement anything. It's always here, somebody else here. Laurie, check this out. Do this. Laurie's like, oh hell yeah, I'm doing that. That's how it is. I don't do comics.
Well, these ideas were from way back. I had a partner that I worked with back in the '80s when we tried to do comic books, and we failed miserably back in the '80s. And not too long ago, in the early aughts, he wound up passing away. So we never got to finish any of the things. So I thought, well, we didn't do so well back then, and we failed. So I might as well go ahead and try to fail this time. Now that we've turned the century, and I've got a little more time now that the boys are older. Let me go ahead and try to put these comic books out and try to work out some of our ideas that we had back in the day. So it's kind of like a tribute to my old buddy.
That's cool. That's cool.
For all of the stuff we worked with, and he was a big fan of the Thunder Agents. And when we played Villains and Vigilantes, ooh, that's a callback. He used them as his characters. So that's why I went with Dynamo. Yeah.
So you also cross over into the game sphere.
Yes. And we are working on a tabletop RPG. Yes. And it's superhero based, and it's called Heroic Sixes because it only uses 6-sided dice.
Beautiful.
So it's what
them right here.
what the kids are calling rules light. So it's a real light, real easy to implement and play. And there's lots of instructions on how to create your own powers, your own skills. If what we give you isn't enough for you to go with, but the powers that we have listed are grouped in different classes. So you have these hero classes, and they seem kind of a little vague, and that's because I didn't want to get too specific, to break down these characters. So you got like acrobat being a power class, or an alien. Okay, so a diplomat, an explorer, a gadgeteer, a healer, a spellcaster, a strategist, and a tank. And with those combinations, if you did dual class, you could do the entire Justice League with this type of setup. And you can you get together with your friends. You can do as many rules as you want. You could do just a game that's mostly about how the characters react. So you have very little fighting, or you can have a whole lot of fighting. There's combat skills here, and it's ripe for expansion on your own. So you take it and you grow with it, or you use as little or as much as you like. You can go Monty Hall with it if you want to. You can Mickey Mouse it if you like to, or if you can get right into just the nitty gritty of the role playing and invent all these stats and situations where, with the modifiers and everything else, you do what you want to do,
That's so cool, because it's like we have a bunch of people in the group that do comics and games. Bunch of people now. It's like everybody's doing a role playing game, and it's like, yeah. More,
all of the characters, not all of them, but a bunch of the characters from the Rosales comic book universe will be in as playable characters in this game. So you don't even have to make up a character. Although if you read the book from page 1 to page 25, there's numbered through that. So by the time you're reading those first 25 pages, you could have already filled out your character sheet and already have a character ready to go.
Yeah.
So it's
I
pretty easy.
Have to make my own character. Always. I also had to sneeze, so I'm gonna mute myself.
Gesundheit. So Heroic Sixes. We hope to have it out. Have something out. The beta version of it. Hopefully by the end of the year.
Cool.
And
cool.
So by the end of the year, by December, we should have this completely out, the role-playing game and all 3 of the Stunning Adventures comic books, the first half of it out. It's a 6-issue series.
Nice. I checked out your website earlier.
Oh, cool.
Just because, it's going to be dropping the link. People can go check it out. But is there anything that you want to like share screen, pull up, show people, you're more than welcome. Like I usually do this show for about an hour, and I did want to share right here. This is everybody. This is Dan's YouTube channel right here. Okay, this is where Sunday Wrap Up originates. So if you're watching right now, go ahead and go over there, subscribe to his channel, ring the bell so you know when he goes live. He does more than just this show. Right? So, be on the lookout. You never know when they're going to go over when they're going to do something.
Yeah, there could be animation. We did some Mickey Mouse tests, and we're going to be doing a variation on a cartoon that I had before. So that's what we're going to be doing with that. Let me see if I can pull this over here. Oh, there we go. But yeah, here's a look at the Stunning Adventures. I got a little promo video that's going on here that's going through the pages. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said, nice. Carry on.
And this first issue is available, so you can click through this and go right to Global Comics, and it's available now. Again, Rosales Games is where we're going to be doing this Heroic Sixes game. Right. But here's a look at the covers for the first 3 issues. And these comics are already done. We're just waiting to put them out as the time comes. So we've got the first one featuring Cool Arrow and the Amazing Swoop. The second one will feature the Guardians of the High Command, Lucha Law, and Atomic Battle Hero Fighters, which is based on a short film that my son made. So it turned that into a little bit of a comic strip there. Cool. And this one is featuring Shocktress.
Yeah, so, that like Electro's like niece. Who's that?
yeah, she's got electric powers. She's a second generation heroic character, and she's taking after her dad in this one.
Electro wasn't a hero, but okay.
No. I wound up, I didn't realize until after I'd done it that I'd fallen into the trap. Yeah. The electric powers, African-American, green and yellow trap.
Yeah, the green and yellow trap. Yep.
Yeah. But I had green and yellow over here, but this is more of a gold happening with Cool Arrow. And he's got diamond skin underneath that, so he doesn't have to wear complete armor.
It seems like a lot of the, what's the guy, the Shocker, wasn't he green and yellow too?
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It just seemed like everybody with electric powers just had to be green and yellow. Why? I thought lightning was blue.
Well, it can be, absolutely. But we've also got some good products available if you want to help us support us. If you don't feel like buying comic books, but you like to wear shirts, you can buy some of these,
Galactic Guardian. I like that.
Yeah. Nice. And there's some clothes for Shocktress there. Yep. Then you can get to know all of the characters and some of the villains. Some of the villains we have here are like Blackout and the Quagmire, which is a trash monster, and the Pied Piper.
Blackout's hanging out at the bar.
No, she broke into a jewelry place. Okay. So she's looking at some jewelry.
Bar, and I'm like, Blackout, did she put like pills in people's drinks?
No, she teleports, and she uses these teleportation discs. So that's what she does to get into different things. She's a criminal and uses that to get in and out of places. And the Quagmire is an experiment gone bad, and is a trash monster that consumes inorganic things, but not organic things. So if he accidentally eats a car with people in it, the people will pop out. And the Piper is basically the Pied Piper, and he uses electronic devices to zombify people.
And get them to do his bidding, his evil bidding? Yes.
Yeah, he's just like Elon Musk. And then you have the Robomancer who builds robots to do his bidding for him. So
I
these are
thought
the
for
first.
sure there was going to be a Rob Liefeld thing there, but okay, go ahead.
No. But that's it, and you can explore the lore. You can go look at My Frankenstein, our first book, a 4-issue series, or go read the Red Avenger or Dynamo. And, that's what's happening at our website.
A lot of cool stuff, people. This is what I'm saying. I go over there and I watch your show. It's 10 o'clock on Sunday, right?
Yes. Yeah, I think where you're at is 10 o'clock. Yeah. But
Eastern.
It's 9 a.m. Central.
Okay, 10 Eastern. Yeah. Man. Tell you what, I get up on Sunday mornings. Sometimes I don't feel it, and I know I got 2 shows to do. You know what I mean? But then it's you guys go live and I turn it on and get the juices flowing. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. You know what I mean?
Grab that cup of coffee.
It helps me get prepared for my Sunday, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 shows now. So now it's going to be 5. 5 shows on Sunday, people. Tune in.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah,
that's quite a lot.
It's like Tuesday, Wednesday, and now Sunday are all big days as far as the workload. But I don't mind. I really don't. I love doing this. As long as it's helping people get seen, helping people sell books, whatever it is they do, that's my job. And I try to do it well. I try to do it the best I can.
And you're doing a fine job. I think.
Well, sometimes it's really good. There are times like when I don't know, maybe it's dead air out there. There just ain't nothing else going on, and we fall into that time spot of wow, a whole bunch of people just watched that. You know what I mean? But it doesn't happen on every show. We try to share it out. We try to get as many people to watch as possible. One of the things I like to tell our audience, look, my reach is this far, right? My reach is this far. But now if you take what I just shared and you share it out, now my reach just got that far. And then if one of your friends takes it and shares it out to his people, the reach just got that far. The reach grows by everybody taking care of each other, sharing each other's stuff out, and getting eyes on what you guys do collectively. It's not a competition. It's co-opetition. You have to cooperate with each other, bounce your fan bases off each other, grow like a chia pet. It's like a chia pet. No, you don't want to look like a chia pet, but you know what I'm saying.
Chia.
Remember that goofy commercial? I don't know if it was a Calgon commercial or something. And he told 2 friends. She told 2 friends. And they told 2 friends. And the screen
so on and so on. And so, yeah, I remember that.
That's what you got to do, people. Word of mouth is still the best salesman. We're just using a different tool to talk with. Okay, this is our word of mouth now. But if you don't share it, it stopped with you. You see what I'm saying?
I'm looking through this feed real quick because I wanted to see if I could share this a little bit more. And it turns out that Disney's got their D23 happening right now. So the West Coast is a little. They're still up, if you will.
There's always something.
Yeah, and they've announced the Incredibles 3 and Frozen 3, and they showed a trailer for Skeleton Crew. So
I don't know if I can do another Frozen movie, man. I'm all I can say is I hope my granddaughters are old enough to have outgrown it. I don't know if I can do another one. That one was rough. The first one was okay. The second one was rough. Not that I critique kids' movies or anything, but
no, when you're watching kids and you've got grandkids, you're going to see these things. They're going to show up on TV and around you. They're going to ask you to sit with them and watch them if they're all by themselves. You wind up watching these things.
When Gabe was like little, when the youngest one was little, he was a little Einstein's kid.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my God.
But that wasn't as bad as some of the others, If he was hooked on Caillou or something like that, that was torture.
Well, then when Bluey, I mean, he's gone through all of them, but that one was like, woo. I mean, it's great that they're trying to teach kids about different like historic locations and art and stuff like that, but he ain't gonna remember a lick of that stuff, man. He's gonna be watching SpongeBob next. He ain't gonna remember a lick of that. It's just that stupid little song is stuck in everybody's head now. I mean, I can. We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship. I ain't seen that show in 5 years and still no. You know what I mean? It's like, ooh, it's hard.
Look at that. Toy Story 5, where they're the toys are going up against a tablet. So
what?
Yeah, look, they're electronics, because the kids these days are doing the electronics, and so the toys are not being played with because they got a tablet.
Oh, that's like not bad. Go destroy all them electronics. Good job, Woody. Good job. No, I'm telling you.
So yeah, we'll be covering a lot of this on Sunday. So I'll be spending most of my Saturday gathering the information that we need to talk about what happened on D23. So
cool. And as you can see right there, at Rosales, is that what it is? At Rosales Comics?
Yes.
Twitter? Yeah. At Rosales Comics on Twitter, if you want to follow him over there.
Oh, yeah.
And if you look down in the description down below right now, tonight, I think you might see a new addition to the co-hosts and creators in the network right now. It's that guy. Yeah.
Good. Look at there.
There you go.
There we
That's
go.
almost mega power stuff right
there. Oh, look at this. It's Inception.
What you gonna do, brother?
53 people engaging with us on Twitter. Glad to have you. Glad to have you, Twitter.
I love the fact that Twitter started letting people live stream. Then it made me mad when they said, but now you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
Elon, you don't hit poor people up for money. You give poor people money.
Well,
Let me stream for free so I can make some money, and then I might consider subscribing to your channel.
Let them start advertising.
Let me make some money, and then I'll give you some of it. But don't just expect me to give you money and not make none in return. You're already rich, dude. I get it. I'm not. Give me some money. You listening, Elon, brother? I got you. I should be in his think tank. That's where I should be.
Oh, yeah. Well, you'd have to be in Texas.
I could fix everything about Twitter in a couple of weeks. I got ideas. I'm just saying. It's just everybody. I like that they're all going after him now. That's fun.
It's not a real place. It's not the real world, and so
people get big mad about it, though.
Oh yeah, people get big mad about it. But do you remember the silent majority and the oral minority.
Uh-huh.
That's basically, the ones who complain the most,
Scream loudest, yeah.
They're the ones that there's only like 1% of them.
Yeah.
And now that you have the ability to have that 1% engage bots, it seems like there's a whole lot of stuff out there. But I think they were proved wrong when Sony bit onto that, thinking, oh, look at all this stuff we've got on for Morbius. Everybody's buying into Morbius. We better release that film again because we didn't make enough money the first time, and they lost more money the second time.
Yeah.
Or when Warner Brothers decided to go ahead and let Zack Snyder do his Justice League stuff, and the 3 hours of movie came out, and it was just nobody watched it. That's because 1% of the people were making 90% of the noise and making it seem like everybody out there wanted it, but nobody did. And the people who wanted it watched it, and it turned out to be 1%.
Yeah.
And they lost money again.
And, oh man, and see, what do they call them? Focus groups?
Yeah.
Focus groups are the stupidest things there are. Okay? Because they're usually birds of a feather.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to get one consensus out of this focus group, right? They're all already friends, or they all work together. They know each other well, and they all kind of lean the same way, and they're going to come to the same type of, and it's always, just ends up being propaganda. It doesn't have any substance,
Yeah.
We live in the anti-era. Dan. No matter what it is, there's going to be people that don't like it.
Absolutely.
It could be puppies kissing each other. Oh, there's going to be somebody that rains on that parade. You know what I mean? It's the anti-era. I have friends, and I even kind of advise them when they're doing a Kickstarter or whatever to not use the classic, it's a cross between this and this. Because there's too many people out there now that don't want nothing to do with that or that, and you just cut them out of your audience. Don't say my comic is like Dune and Star Wars, because those people that are pissed at Star Wars probably ain't looking at your work now. You see what I'm saying? It's like, don't compare your book to somebody else's. Make your book better than somebody else's. Make it the highlight of your campaign, not it's like that cool thing and that cool thing mixed together. Because, like you said, what you think is cool is also going to have its haters.
Well, just to play devil's advocate for a second here, a lot of people want you to market things a certain way, and they'll tell you, like, what's the fast track? What's the elevator pitch?
Right.
And
you gotta roll genre, but you don't necessarily have to roll comparisons.
Yeah, but they're expecting you to do that. It's like bowling for soup, or this and that, and this put together.
Used to be and it used to work before the anti-era. Now
a lot of
it's
stuff
taking
used to work.
a risk. Now anything you associate your brand with now is taking a risk.
Yeah. And nowadays they're doing what they can to try to see exactly how they can make the money. They used to be, you could do a cartoon, a comic book, and sell a bunch of toys. That's how you marketed toys. You made a cartoon and you made a comic book.
Yep.
In the case of the Transformers, Hasbro bought the license for 2 separate types of toys, and brought them in and asked Marvel to make comic books and write the backstories for them, because Americans love to have the stories, and that they can't just buy a toy. They need a story that goes behind it. G.I. Joe, Barbie. There's a Barbie and Ken with the dream house and everything else. So it's established that you need a story. And so they wrote the comic books, and they came up with the name Optimus Prime and a lot of this other stuff, and started running with it. And then they took those ideas, took it to the animation houses, and they started to come together and make these cartoons. Meanwhile, they got the packaging together and everything else. And they came out well after the GoBots, but they had such a well-oiled machine behind it, advertising-wise, that they steamrolled them, and everybody thought the GoBots were the copycats of the Transformers. Okay, GoBots didn't have the comic books. They did have a cartoon, and it actually debuted like a week before the Transformers cartoon came out. They came out on a Saturday, and then the Transformers was like Monday through Friday. So bam, 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 bam. Where they had one day on Saturday at like 6 a.m. or whatever the placement was. Transformers had afternoon, right after school, bam, 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 5 days in a row. So if you didn't catch the GoBots the first time around, you definitely caught 5 episodes of Transformers before that. Now you can't do that. They shut that whole process down, but people are still looking to make the money. So you have Michael Bay, who has invested into this project called Skibbity Toilet. It's just a meme. Okay, toilet, head in a toilet, and he's rapping some songs at like high speed or something like that. It's very stupid. 11 seconds at a time. It's the dumbest thing you've ever seen. But the guy put out over 70 of these teeny tiny short reels, okay, and created this massive lore of android armies and things like that, and apocalypse and whatnot, and just did this whole thing. And Michael Bay him and his partner invested in that and started selling toys based on the Skibbity Toilet. And it's a niche market, but it's making money.
Right.
Now he's going to make a movie based on the Skibbity Toilet, which is basically an internet meme. So, for a while there, they were taking these guys like Fred or whoever it was that was making YouTube videos and trying to make movies with them. It didn't work. The getting these social media icons out there in film, it's not really working. So how are you going to monetize these things that are so popular with the kids, since the kids aren't buying the toys? It's the grown-ups that are buying the toys.
The ones that are buying everything.
Yeah. But it's the kids who dictate most of the disposable income, and it's usually on Robux and other things like that. But how do you turn around and make really, really big money? That's the question that people are trying to figure out today.
Yeah. I have 4 grandkids. Now, I've instilled the love of comics in them. Okay. But they're still electronic kids in the electronic age.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I appealed to the creators. Look, if there ain't a next generation of comic fans, y'all ain't gonna make no fucking money. You better cater to them and bring them into your love. Okay, cater to them a little bit. Do a book this for kids. You don't have to do every book for kids, but if you want them to grow up into a comic book money spending adult, you got to instill that love in them now. We were all comic fans as kids. They were affordable. Yes. We could pay 25 cents and buy a book. We could give up a candy bar this week and get us a comic book instead. You see what I'm saying? You can't get a comic book for a candy bar money nowadays.
No. And the candy bars are $3.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so horrible. Everything is so expensive.
And that's the thing. I see these people fighting amongst themselves and eating their own, and working against each other to, like you said, poop on somebody else's party. Yeah. And you take one guy who's a main target of a lot of people, Eric July. Mm-hmm. And one of their main complaints is that his audience is not comic book readers. They are now.
Well, they
may not have come. Yeah, they may not have been diehard fans, But what he did was he brought them into the fold. Okay. And the main complaint people have is that people from outside of this group is enjoying something that frankly we all should enjoy. If it's a quality comic, I haven't read one. If it's a quality comic, then you should enjoy it. If it's if it's worth something, you should collect it. And we should all be talking about it as that product, not talking about the person, not talking about the people that have come along with him, because what he's doing is he's expanding comic books as a whole outside of the small bubble that's sustaining it right now. Because like you said, you got to grow them. You got to grow your audience.
If any of them new people that he brings into looking at comics buys anybody else's comic, it's a win.
Absolutely.
If they're only in there buying his comics and they don't care about nothing else, then it's a fanboy thing. You know what I mean? And there are fanboys. Come on, there's people that buy certain people's art, certain people's comics just because that's who it is. Okay.
Absolutely.
They're going to read it. They bought it because that's who it is. I didn't jump on the hype. Okay. When somebody's telling you to buy a book, when somebody's out there like telling people you need to buy this book, you should buy this book's great, when nobody's seen this book yet, I'm gonna sit back and wait. You don't mind, right? I'm gonna sit back and see what happens here. Okay.
Yeah.
Eric came out with that $5 pull-up where you could get cover number 2 of issue 1 for $5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I bought that because I wanted to check it out, right? But I wasn't paying $35 for a comic book shipped to me. I don't care who it is. Jack Kirby come back to life wants to sell me a $35 comic book. I'm gonna be like, yo, you're gonna have to sign that.
So it was a $5 comic book, but it still included a high dollar shipping and handling.
Yeah, it was $16 total, I think.
60 or 16?
16.
Yeah. That's still not too bad.
Well, I mean, it's more than if you have RJ and Critical Blast do your fulfillment. I know that because I know.
I mean, I'm selling a graphic novel that would wind up being that much, because it's going to cost me $10 to get it out in the mail.
Right. Well, see, but RJ does logistics. That's what he does at Critical Blast. He does fulfillment for people's campaigns.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost you nothing. But he'll do all your everything. Get the Geminis, the bags, boards, put it all together, ship it out to people. His fee comes out of the shipping cost.
Oh, okay then.
You see what I'm saying? What he gets paid comes out of the shipping cost. It doesn't cost you nothing. So you get to keep the cost of your book here. And then he does all the shipping. And he's fulfilled for a lot of different indie comics over the last 5 years.
I'm going to share with you in the private chat a link to the preview of the comic book that I have currently out right now. And, I'd appreciate if you didn't share that with anybody, but I wanted you to have a look at it yourself to see what it is I'm doing, and this is the one that's available right now at globalcomics.com. This isn't Global Comics, by the way. It's right. Yeah, it's a personal link there. But
oh, that's neat. It makes a little noise when you turn the page. That's so cute. What the hell is that?
If you didn't know, I'm easily amused.
Hey, that was I clicked after, clicked the first page. Like you're turning a page, it makes a paper sound. It was like, oh man, that's okay.
Isn't that adorable? Yeah. But adorable don't pay the bills. But anyway. So that's the first issue right there. And I've been working on that for a while, and it's just me. So every bit of that, the lettering, the inking, the coloring, the pencils, the design of the layout, all of the misspelled words, that's all me. So
I can tell you, looking at the inside cover page and page 1.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like, I mean, the inside cover page is beautiful. It looks professional, and page 1, it's got something to get your attention right away. You know?
Yeah. I'm a firm believer in the odd page cliffhanger, so that you get to the bottom of the page and you've got your 2 pages there. And so you want to turn the page because there's something left, you know, whether it's a piece of dialogue or some information that you need when they're talking about, you're going to want to turn the page to see what happens next.
Well, I like you said, I like just opening that first page. I like the layout. I like the way it looks. It looks like the kind of thing I'd probably be into, especially since every freaking character I make is an archer damn near. It's like, I don't know why. I like the bow. What can I tell you?
Yeah. Well, this character is going to go through a really fun arc because he didn't name himself.
Right.
This is what he heard people calling him. Unfortunately, he's his first encounter is with the cartel, so they weren't calling him Cool Arrow. They were calling him the Spanish word for a-hole.
Yeah, culo.
Culero is what they called him. So
I like it.
And, you know, he's not a bumbling idiot or anything like that. He's really good at what he does. But he winds up putting trust in the wrong people. And that's a theme that's going on through that. In these first few pages, he trusts the woman who's giving him some advice on how to fix his career. And she sends him down there in the middle of an experiment in the super collider, so that he winds up getting exposed to what they're calling theoretical particles.
All right.
And he was smart enough to know that what they were doing wasn't what they were saying they were doing. And he made this this supposition that whatever they were trying to achieve wasn't going to work until something was introduced to the experiment that the experiment has yet to indicate that it needs. Okay, so there's a catalyst for whatever it is that's going to happen. And it turns out it's him. He's the catalyst that was missing from the experiment. So by the time this is over with, you don't know if she set him up or if somebody set her up to set him up, or if they knew he needed to be there, or if they were just trying to get rid of him. It sets up this big, huge mystery as to what's going on. And that plays out through all 6 issues of Stunning Adventures.
Nice.
They're all separate but interconnected, if that makes sense.
Cool. I like it. So how long have you been doing the show on your channel? How long is your channel?
I started off doing something called Morning Coffee about 3 years ago. And I was interviewing people and doing movie reviews and interviewing actors and directors before their films came out and things like that. So that's what I was doing at first. But if I couldn't get a hold of anybody, you're doing a daily 30 minutes every morning.
Yes.
It wasn't working out, So Warren, one of my co-hosts, said, why don't we do this? Why don't you do a show on Saturday morning? Because everybody else is doing something on Friday, or they're doing something on Saturday, or they got Thursday or Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And he's free on Sunday morning. So I said, okay, yeah, let's do that. We'll get together. We'll grab some people if we can and invite them to show up, and we'll see what we do. And it's kind of evolved into what it is now, which is just, whatever topics. And, we spin the wheel so that we don't always get whatever topics we're excited about, but people are excited about different things,
Right.
We've got we've now got different topics that stay every single week that people are excited about, like what's new on DVD, what's new in theaters,
Right.
And again, like if there was a show like The Acolyte, we would do a little segment on that.
All right, so give a little shout out to all your people, to your regulars that hang out with you.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Who can I give a shout out to? Let's see. Gray Poupée. He's got a YouTube channel, so go search him out there. He's on vacation right now, but he periodically posts stuff, and he does a show every Monday or Tuesday with what is the guy's name? I forgot his name. I forgot who it is. I forget who it is. Who knows? Who knows who it is? I don't know. Let's see. Sometimes we have Joker's Corners on. That's how you can find him on YouTube. Is Joker's Corner. Jaded Fanboy. He's one of our regulars. 76. Miss 76 is one of them. That darn Kitty is one of our regulars. She does a Thinkers Doing a Think every week, and they cover some heavy topics. They cover some light topics. And she likes to diagram things. So she will often diagram either a book or somebody's debate, if it's topical. Will Screedia, that's who it is. Charles is his name. And sometimes he goes by Sipo. I don't know how people get away with that. And the Unbiased Movie Nerd is one of them as well. So they're all on YouTube. Search them up, find them out. You can find them actually on my YouTube channel if you scroll down and look for our friends of the network. We've got links to them, their channels right there, ready for you to just click through.
You see how we do that? We all got all these links in the description. Everybody in our network that hosts a show or co-hosts a show, their contact information is down there in the description. Everybody. So if there's somebody's show you want to be on, you've seen them on the network, and you don't know how to get a hold of them, all you got to do is look in the description. There's contact info down. Okay, so, like I said, I have a good time watching your show. I appreciate you. I threw it out there. I was like, you miss every shot you don't take. I threw it out there. Hey, man, you want to bring your show to the network? I really want to bring your show to the network. So welcome to the madness, my friend. And for all of you, if you're up on Sunday morning that early, check it out. I'll be in the chat for sure. Maybe even pop in. You never know. I do that sometimes. So tune in. The Super Sunday wrap up. They got a bunch of different stuff that they talk about every week. It's cool.
We're live.
And you never know. That's the cool thing. They spin that wheel. You don't know for sure what is going to come up. There's no order to it. It's just going to happen how it happens. The show is very organic. I like it.
Let me see if I can show you the wheel for this week.
Okay.
Cool. I think I can do that. Let's see. Here we go. There it is. So this is the wheel of topics that we have, and we spin right here in the middle. We'll be talking about Dungeons and Dragons. We'll be talking about the Boomerang and how that's shutting down online, and AEW and their negotiating talks with Warner Brothers Discovery. We're going to talk about the incredible failure of Borderlands, unless they make some money, and the possibilities of a Hulk movie coming out. So we'll do that. We'll spin a wheel, and whatever we land on first, that's what we're going to talk about.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. And it works just like that. It's just that simple.
So, and like I said, that's what I mean. It's like organic. It's not like we start the show with movies every week and we go on to toys, and it's like it's just whatever the wheel throws at you.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like I said, I like the show. I like the whole concept of your show. It's fun to watch. Get involved, people. Tune in. Super Sunday wrap up, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Sunday.
Dan, it's midnight.
All right.
I'm going to check out, brother. It's great talking to you. Like I said, thanks. Welcome to the madness, and I will see you on Sunday morning.
We'll be there. Thanks for watching, guys.
I'm going to play the rest of these sponsor ads because we got a couple more. And then I'm going to be out here, people. Y'all have a great night.
Flip City Magazine is just really pulling out all the stops, man. Your guys' production value of this magazine has gone insane. I mean, look at that. I mean, I remember when you guys, it was black and white. Even when it was black and white, I thought your quality was great. But damn, they have just, I mean, they just really stepping it up a notch. Look at this. James Corbett, boys. James Corbett.
Genuinely cutting. But also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
How do you end this thing? How do you put the where's the brakes on this bus? I forgot.
Jazz
how to drive.
hands. Jazz hands are great.